Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. All right, you didn't hear any of that. Happy Friday. Still amateur hour over here. We're still trying to figure everything out, apparently. I had my power adapter in my cell phone. And then my battery went dead. Sorry. And then my audio source wasn't selected properly. Look, now my audio source is hot because it's like way too... There we go. There we go. Now it's not so hot. Okay. Now we're looking a little more normal before I start speaking again. It'll be my third time going over this. Happy Friday. All right. So we were talking about game and frame. They're the last two of the four. Money Muscles, game frame. It's still Weirdo. It's still Fly Your Freak Flag Friday. Despite the multiple streams. Honestly, I'm glad I'm working these kinks out. This is a good time to do it. Because I don't have any chat. Nobody's live watching. So that's good. I mean, it's bad for me, but it's a good time to fuck up. So... Money Muscles game frame. We went over Money Muscles. You guys heard it. The game piece is so important because what I have seen with my own two eyes is a bunch of nerdy guys who participate in the PUA community, the pickup artist community. And these guys literally have scripts that work. They work. They will absolutely... get this girl's attention, maintain her excitement, get her home the same night, a same day lay, as they call it. It just shows me that it works. So I don't like that stuff. It's too robotic. It's strange. It's not authentic. I'm kind of about authenticity. You don't have to be if your only goal is to get laid. You know, you can find books on pickup artists and, you know, Neil Strauss made the best book on this that you can go pick up and read. But having game's super important, especially if you're lacking height and muscles. Here's the whole thing about game. Game can save you. Game can save you. You don't have to have money or muscles if you have the right game. That's not how I would prefer to live my life, but if that's you, you can do it, and you can definitely get women and get laid with just game. Your game really should just be loose. Having game is just about not being so uptight, being loose. You know, it's almost like comedians. It's like when you see Tony Hinchcliffe on Kill Tony. The reason his comedy is so good when he's roasting people is because he's just sitting there in the moment. He's just listening and watching. Right? That's great game. He's got great game. Even though he's gay. I'm just kidding. That's one of the jokes on Kill Tony is that Tony's gay because he sounds like this a little bit. Game works. It's a little hard to teach. My friend DL. Let's bring him up again. DL Saint. You know, his whole thing is don't be a weirdo. Just don't be a weirdo. That's the first part of game that you got to get straight is you got to not be a weirdo first. And we're going to follow into that actually because not being a weirdo doesn't have to just do with game. It also has to do with frame. Frame's probably the hardest. It might be the hardest to understand. It's the hardest to maintain. It's the hardest to keep. That's why you have to work on it so much. It's just got to be a part of you. You can't really make it up. It's got to be part of who you are. Ideally, in the perfect world, the woman that you meet that you really like, who likes you back, what she would like to do, ideally, is she would like for your frame to be really strong so that she can step inside your frame. Think about it that way. Think about it like a door frame, okay? The door frame has to be rigid. It has to be made properly so that it doesn't crumble when tested with door slamming or somebody hanging on the trim work above it, or right, your frame has to be strong, and she wants your frame to be strong. And then she wants to step into that frame and feel really comfortable that like everything's kind of taken care of. And when I say taken care of, I don't mean monetarily. I just mean like you're not asking her for anything because you seem like you've got it all together already. Ideally, she's talking about stepping into your frame, like she's moving in with you. You're not going and moving in with her. She's moving in with you. If she really likes you that much, she's going to come and get on your program. Meaning the time that you wake up, the time that you go to bed, a lot of the TV shows you watch, the movies that you like to watch. These are very simple things, but it definitely is like part of your frame. It's part of her showing you that she sees your frame, she respects your frame, and she wants to be inside your frame. Holding that frame becomes difficult when they shit test you, which is going to happen with every woman. It's part of them feeling secure. They have to shit test you to make sure that you're going to stand up to them, because if you don't stand up to them, some schlub is going to come up to you and force you to change your mind just on a whim because you don't have a backbone. So that's part of having frame two, is like having a backbone. Only speaking on things that you know about, and when she challenges you about the things that you speak about, you double down on it and you said, no. Oh, I meant it, and this is why. And you give them the why. The frame can save you too. The game and frame go hand in hand a little bit. I think without frame, it's hard to have game. I don't think that you need game for frame. If you just have frame, that is your game. If it's part of you, if it's really true. That's how much women value it. I would say that frame is probably the most important of the four. I think money's the most important for your head as a guy, is you want to make money so that you can feel more secure naturally. But frame is that is the security. That is the security. So if you can work on and get some frame, you won't be such a weirdo. You won't be such a weirdo. You'll be more normal. You'll be more what these women are looking and hoping for. I wish I had one of you guys here so that I could ask you about your weirdo shit. It's funny, if I could have played any song on the intro, I wrote this down too. These copyright strikes are crazy. I can't really do it. But Gangstar has a great song called Skills. It's what you want, boys. You want some skills. Even if it's fly your freak flag Friday weirdo skills. Have some skills. Because, by the way, How many guys do you know that really don't have any skills? They don't have any real hobbies. They can't even change a tire. They can't do anything. That's not good for them. Forget getting women. Forget that part. Who cares about getting women? You don't have any skills. Young men, please go out and acquire skills. It doesn't even matter what it is. Get good at 1, 2, 3, multiple things. Find things that you like outside of work and get good at them. You like to fix cars? Fix your car in your spare time. Get good at it. Get good at it. It'll benefit you at some point in time. Not only will you enjoy it, but it'll benefit you. What's another good hobby? I mean, poker. One of my weirdo hobbies. It's not that weird. But poker. Poker's great. Poker's a microcosm of life. Poker will teach you a ton. It's a great hobby to have. Any sport you could have as a hobby. Fantastic. Woodworking. One of my favorite hobbies. And I don't mean watching prawn. Woodworking's a ton of fun. Now you need a lot of tools. You gotta have all the saws, all the sanders, all the drills. But it's a lot of fun. Go get proficient, boys. Figure something out and get proficient. And I'll tell you what, you know why you need to do this too? You really need to get proficient with your hands. And you need to get proficient with your hands because AI is coming and it's coming real fast. It's coming real fast and it's coming for a lot of the white collar jobs. So all these jobs you have where you're sitting behind a desk, RIP. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. What they're saying, and by they I mean Elon, what they're saying is that these things that people do with their hands are going to be one of the last things that AI takes over. So plumbing, electrical, HVAC, construction, all these different kind of things, you're going to have work for a long time. Handyman, right? Auto mechanic, like various skill sets. Well, the advantage that we have is that we're really resilient. I mean, AI will probably get there eventually, but like our digits are such that like we're just used to working on things. We haven't really created these robots yet that can do all of these tactile tasks that require precision. There's a few videos floating around of these, I don't know if it's a Tesla robot or not, but it's a robot and it's like running into mirrors and like it's a humanoid robot, but it's not very good for right now. But any computer task, it'll take over quickly. And I mean quickly. I mean in 1 to 3 years, you're going to have to watch out for your job. I think those jobs are going to go more quickly even than the robotaxi, truck driver, AI. We're going to call them AI drivers, right? The AI drivers are actually showing how difficult it is to interact with other humans on the road. Right? There's just so many variables. It's very difficult. But coding, they told all y'all to code 5 years ago. Boy, it's useful. Don't get me wrong. Don't not learn, but don't learn thinking that you're going to have a job in 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, 5 years. Jeez. I mean, the coding right now it's not very good. It's good enough. I've used it. I know how to code websites. And I asked it to code me a website. It didn't do a very good job. It did an okay job. Now, it wasn't designed to create websites. I've seen those things too, and those are a little bit better. But this is just ChatGPT, and I gave it really good prompts. And hey, you're a website engineer. You're the best website engineer. You also know everything about SEO and CRO and PPC and you are the expert of all experts. Now, please create me a website with blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, you're a really good designer too. Please use design principles. Please make sure there's enough contrast. And you also know about click-through rates, and you know about page optimization, and you know about all this stuff. You know, I went through, I was actually really sure that if I took enough time and fed it enough information up front, the way that I would approach a website, and I got the computer to approach the website that way, that it would be great. It was not. So you still have a minute, but you don't have very long. You don't have very long. This thing's learning very fast. You have to learn some skills. Manual skills are best. I do think that. I do think auto mechanics are going to have a long career ahead of them. I do think that handymen are going to have a long career ahead of them. Tradespeople like plumbers, HVAC techs, electricians, they will have a longer career than the architects. Let's put it that way. And with my experience with architects, and no offense to any architect out there, but it'll be great to not have to deal with architects. Holy shit. I still have PTSD from that process. God damn. If you can avoid an architect, avoid them at all costs. So what you really want to do is develop expertise in something. Anything. Something useful to the world. Find a task, find a skill that you're good at, or that you want to be good at, that the world can benefit from, and you will be setting yourself up for success. Make no doubt about that. I want the best for you boys. I'm scared for the current generation of young men. I wish it would be easier for you. I do. But it's going to be tough. Job market's going to be tough. Relationships are going to be tough. It's hard to know how to exactly prepare yourself. But if you can develop a lot of skills, it'll work out better for you. And I mean even simple skills. And I'll go over my last weirdo thing. I do have one more weirdo thing. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, so in New Jersey, you can't drive till 17. In fact, I think it's 18 now, but when I was a kid, it was 17. So as soon as I could drive and I got a car, I was so into, and I think a lot of my generation were just so into music. It's crazy. All the CDs, crazy, CDs everywhere. I wish I had that damn book. I have one of those old, where did I put it? It's around here somewhere. One of those old Case Logic things, right? You can go flipping through it, and it's got 100, 200 CDs in it, whatever it is. Well, then I really got into car audio. I had a friend, Jason, his older brother, Mark, was not only into car audio, but he was a really good fabricator. He would make some of the most extraordinary things for cars that I won't even bother explaining, but he would make them look factory. Like his whole thing was installing car stereos in a way that looks like it came from the factory, because it doesn't need to look all ghetto and stringy wires everywhere and raw wood and all this kind of shit. He would carpet everything. He would use screw caps, right? If you don't know what a screw cap is, this is... I don't even know if people use this shit anymore. I'm sure they do. So it's a plastic thing, and it's two pieces. The first piece you put the screw through, and then you screw the screw in, and then it's like a receiver. And then you just clip the little cap on top, and you don't see the screw head. You just see this little round. It looks like a button. It looks like a rivet, like a plastic rivet. Yo, it just looks clean. Just looked good. It wasn't about hiding things. It was just like clean installs. This guy was so good. So that's kind of where I got into my woodworking, was from car audio, funny enough. But then you got to diagnose car audio, by the way. If you want to talk about geeky shit, you're driving your car around and it sounds like there's a dentist drill coming through your speakers. And that's because you have a bad ground somewhere, and you have it's called a ground loop. And boy, it's just one frustrating thing after another when you start to do things aftermarket, but you start to learn a ton of things. And then I started competing in car audio competitions. So now you start learning about what it takes to win a car audio a sound quality SQ, sound quality competition in car audio. The geekiest shit ever. You're basically a sound engineer is what you are. This guy, Mark, he had two 30-band EQs. So an equalizer is something that you would run as a signal processor, which could help you clean up your sound. So you're in a car, and the disadvantage to cars is cars are very loud. They have a really high noise. Excuse me. They have a very high noise floor when you drive around. We'll call it white noise, right? The volume, the literal actual volume on the noise floor is very high. So let's say your noise floor is at 60 dBs. Now you're playing music at 100 dBs. You're not really getting the 100 dBs because you've got this 60 dB like noise in the background. So now you have to crank up a little bit more to overcome that. The details are endless. I could geek out about this, in case you couldn't tell. I could geek out about this shit all day. I don't even do this stuff anymore. I haven't done this stuff since I was like 17, 18, 19, 20. I do a little bit for my old truck in here, new head unit, little subwoofer action, kind of a bass head. But it's just another skill. It's another it's stupid, by the way. It's useless. Actually, it's not useless. It's 12 volt. It's 12 volt electrical, so that's kind of fun. But day to day, I mean, come on, I'll admit it. It's useless. Who cares? Cares about your car stereo, fool? Well, it's a good skill. It's not something you're going to flex on the ladies unless they happen to need or want a new head unit in their car. Then you can install that yourself. Again, having car skills. Let's just take it back one step. Let's go down 2 rungs on the ladder. Having car skills is important if you want a wife and kids and a family. Eventually, your wife's car will break down. It's good if you kind of know what you're talking about when it comes to taking that thing to the mechanic at a bare minimum. Imagine if you could fix it. Imagine if your daughters came home and they had a problem with their car and you could be their fucking hero. What's better than being a hero for your daughter? And I'll tell you, there's only one answer for that, and it's nothing. It's nothing. Feels so good. Being the hero for your daughter? Fuck out of here. This is perfect. Learn some car skills. Learn what your car sounds like when it starts. Learn how to change a tire. Learn how to change your oil. Learn how to change a sensor on your car. Oh, there's a sensor bad. Tell you what, you want to surprise yourself? Go get one of these little Bluetooth. It's OBD2. OBDII. It's a Roman numeral bullshit. Get an OBD2 reader, Bluetooth. You can plug it into your OBD port. You can get on your phone, and you can read the codes in your computer without going anywhere. And you can at least look up those codes on the Google or on the ChatGPT or on the Grok or on the Perplexity or however you happen to do it. You can look it up and you can help yourself a little bit. Oh, instead of going to the dealership, you go to Discount Auto Parts and you're like, hey, I'm throwing this code. And they're like, oh, well, wouldn't you know it? That's an O2 sensor. And we could sell you an O2 sensor for $23.95. Would you like one of those? Why, yes, I would. Meanwhile, you take it to the dealer, they're charging you $120 an hour minimum. Like, that's a good price. And then they're going to charge you more for the part. And then they're going to tell you it was 2 hours of labor when it was 1. So now you're at $240 plus the part instead of the $35 that would have cost you just for the part, or whatever price I just said. I can't remember. But it's a great skill to have. Everyone's got a car. Just like these house skills. I keep talking about handyman work. It's one of my favorite things to do. Handyman work. Nobody knows how to do this shit. Nobody works with their hands. I just installed 3 interior doors for somebody. They had a flood run through their house last year from a hurricane. Finally got some money back. They couldn't install they bought the doors. I didn't even have to source the doors. They had everything ready for me. The guy, the husband, was also, honestly, and I'm not making fun of him at all, he was mildly handy. He was in there doing a lot of the paint work. So they had, when you have water run through your house, you have to cut holes at the bottom of your drywall. You have to run air through them so that they get dry. And then you have to actually replace that drywall that you cut out. So he was replacing the drywall that he cut out. Sorry, take that back. He had replaced the drywall that went out. I was watching him sand and paint. So he was already proficient, but he didn't feel good about hanging door frames. So I had to take the whole moldings off. You got to take the moldings off of both sides of the door. You have to take the old door out, which it has shims, it has screws, it has nails. You're taking the whole thing out. You're taking the door out. You're throwing it outside. You're bringing the new door in. And just as a hint for you guys, if you want a little hint, the hint to installing doors and door frames is you've got to get the side that has the hinges on it. That's your first side. And that side has to be plumb. It has to be level. It has to be square. You want everything. You want to shim that first side and then get the door punched in and get that whole side perfect. Because when they ship you that door, it's fine. It's already in the casing. It's already in the frame. It's already good to go. It's got the hinges on it. It's like it's ready to go. So you do the hinge side first. You get that whole side level, plumb, square. Then, as you work your way to the top and the other side, if something's out, you don't have to guess too much. You know it's not the hinge side. You know that side's set. You're done. Now you got to look at the top. You got to look at the other side. Get everything rolling. It's not that hard. This work's not that hard. But you're going to own a house. You're going to own a house. And when you own a house, you could have a flood. And if you have a flood, you're going to need to do all this stuff. Otherwise, you're going to pay somebody thousands of dollars. I did 3 door frames. It took me 2 days. They had all the frames. They had everything. I bought a few supplies, minor supplies. I think I charged them $900 for all 3 doors. Is it $1 million? No. It's good money, though. It's fine with me. And I was cheap, by the way. I came in cheap on that. I came in cheap. If you got a contractor in there, they definitely would have charged more. Definitely. So now if you're the homeowner, you're saving all kinds of money. You're buying the doors and you're doing it yourself because it's not that hard. It's not that hard. None of this stuff. If you're at all handy, nothing in life is really that difficult. Just requires some tactics, some general skill sets. That's really the secret. That's what you need. So those are just some ideas of some skills. I would recommend expertise in a few areas for you. I think it'll help you with women. I think it'll help you with life. I think it'll help you with confidence. I think it'll help you, I don't know, help you all over the place. Speaking of proficiency, I'm going to get proficient at this. We're not going to have laptops shut down in the middle, and then we're not going to have me not noticing that you can't hear me. Right? Life's a journey, everybody. Life is a journey. And we're having fun. So today we went over my free skates, my exercise routine, my backwards bear crawls. Please try the backwards bear crawl. I would love it if you would try the backwards bear crawl. Tell me it's super hard. Pause. Tell me it's super easy. Be like, oh, I'm a young guy. This is easy for me. Why is this so hard for you, old man? I'll take that criticism. Bring it. We learned about my geeky beer knowledge. Geek. Total nerd. Learned about my French. A little humble brag. I had to flex on you a little bit. Et si vous voulez parler français avec moi, c'est possible. Ça fait longtemps pour moi, mais si vous voulez parler français avec moi, on va aller. Ouais? Then, oh my, the beer knowledge, I gotta say, I think the beer knowledge is probably the geekiest thing about me. It's like, it's not the geekiest thing. It's like the most alcoholic thing about me. But you wouldn't say that about a sommelier, these wine guys who are really good at wine, right? You'd be like, oh, that's pretty impressive. Like, but I still feel it's not the best thing to be good at. Let's be honest. It's just not. And that's okay. I'm fine with it. It's because I have good frame. I'm fine with it. And then I really went into my car audio. It's probably my oldest skill. I definitely started that when I was 17. Definitely. And I still have fun with it. It's still a blast. I actually do need to upgrade my speakers that are in my old truck. I have an '08 Tundra. It's my favorite vehicle that I've ever owned, and I've owned a lot of really good vehicles. But there's something about having an old vehicle that you don't have to worry about. Like, it's a Toyota, so it just runs. And then if you, like, scrape something up against the side, you really don't give a shit. It's, like, not a big deal. I had an M5 before this. Yo, if you want to be concerned about your car, buy a BMW M car. You're like, oh my God, what's that scratch? Worse yet, the check engine light comes on and you just wonder how many zeros are attached to it. Yo, I someday will tell car stories. It's not for now. We will tell car stories. I don't doubt that someone can top my car stories, but man, I have some of the worst situations with the best cars where I'm just spending way too much money. It's crazy. That's why it's another reason the Toyota's it's such a dream. Like in the Toyota, when the check engine light goes on, it still runs. It's like, it'll still get you to where you're going. In the Beamer, the check engine light goes on. Yo, it's like, it's either in limp mode, so you can barely get there because you're limping around, or it like literally won't start. You're like, oh no, what happened? I had run flats. The car came with run flats. And the reason that they do that is so they don't have to give you a spare tire. And then when you get new tires, you're quickly realizing that run flats are significantly more expensive than even like the best. You know, you go and buy the best Michelin tire and the run flats are even more expensive than that. So you're like, fuck that shit. I'm not doing that. So every time you lose a tire, you got to get the car towed. You're totally screwed. I love this Toyota truck. It's the best. New front speakers soon. Speaking of the car audio nerdery. We'll do that soon. All right. Now we're streaming. Next stream, it won't be broken up into two. We'll have our ducks in a row. Maybe we'll have more topics. I certainly have some women in mind that I'm thinking about getting onto this program, having them call in, have some debates, have some talks. Also planning a roundtable with myself and DL Saint and hopefully 2 women, so we can talk more about relationships and intersexual dynamics and what women actually want and what men actually want. Yeah. So, look, fellas, we're getting there. This is episode 3.5. I'm going to have to organize this and see how this all came through on YouTube. I have no idea. Never live streamed before. So now this is 2 live streams. So I know they're not in the same place. So they're probably 2 separate videos. I probably won't marry them. I'll probably leave them separate. But look, oh, look. And we're back. I always think about locking these animals out while I'm doing this. They're very nosy. They always want to be here. So, you know what? That's my sign. Y'all, I'm going to keep working hard at this. I'm going to keep perfecting this. I'm going to get my levels set correctly. I'm going to get my topics on point. I'm going to get some guests. I'm going to make this happen. I think this is a lot of fun. I hope you're having a lot of fun with me. This has been episode 3.5. This is the Big Snafu. I'm Jay Big. Thanks for hanging in there with me today. Hopefully, the next few will be smooth. But click that like button. Click subscribe. You'll get notified when I'm going live and what's next. And we will see you then. You guys have a great weekend. Take care. Much love. Peace and love.